A young man attends an exclusive body modeling show, chasing a dream that could change his life. He never comes home. For 3 years, his family searches with no answers. Then, inside a luxury fashion store, a mannequin looks disturbingly real. Too real. What investigators discover next exposes a nightmare no one saw coming. Before we dive into today's disturbing true crime story, take a moment to support this channel. If you enjoy deep investigations, shocking twists, and real cases that expose the darkest sides of humanity, make sure you like this video, share it with others, and subscribe so you never miss a story like this. Your support helps keep these stories alive, and helps bring justice to victims whose voices were silenced. Now imagine this. A young man, full of dreams, confidence, and ambition, walks into a modeling audition believing his life is about to change forever. Cameras flash. Judges smile. Contracts are whispered. But instead of fame, he vanishes without a trace. For 3 long years, his family searches. Posters fade. Leads dry up. Hope slowly dies. Then one ordinary afternoon, inside a high-end fashion store, someone notices something unsettling about a mannequin in the display window. Its eyes look too real. Its skin looks too human. And its posture looks like pain frozen in time. What investigators would later uncover shocked even the most hardened detectives. A crime so calculated, so grotesque, it blurred the line between fashion and murder. This is the true story of a man who went missing and was discovered years later as a mannequin. Ethan Cole grew up in Columbus, Ohio, a quiet, determined young man with a smile that stayed with you long after he walked away. He wasn't born into wealth or connections. His father worked long hours as a delivery driver, his mother as a school cafeteria assistant. What Ethan had instead was presence. People noticed him when he entered a room. By high school, photographers were already approaching him at malls and events, asking if he'd ever considered modeling. At first, he laughed it off. But deep down, the idea took root. Modeling wasn't just about clothes, it was about being seen, about becoming something more than the town you came from. After graduating, Ethan saved money and moved to Chicago, chasing the dream seriously. He worked retail by day, attended open calls by night, and filled his tiny apartment with rejection letters. Still, he never gave up. Then one afternoon, an email arrived that made his heart race. You've been selected to attend an exclusive body modeling showcase. The event promised exposure to major fashion brands, international designers, and talent scouts. The venue? A private modeling showcase in New York City. All expenses covered. Ethan called his mother immediately. "This is it," he said. "This is the break." She told him to be careful. She always did. Ethan promised he would be. The showcase took place inside a converted warehouse in Brooklyn, industrial, sleek, and secretive. Invitations were limited. Phones were discouraged. NDAs were signed at the door. To Ethan, that exclusivity felt like legitimacy. Inside, dozens of young men and women waited nervously, their bodies measured, photographed, and evaluated. Organizers spoke in hushed tones, marking clipboards, whispering among themselves. One organizer in particular stood out, Victor Hale, a sharply dressed man with an unsettling calmness. He smiled often, but his eyes never softened. Ethan was assigned a number instead of being called by name. "Step forward," Victor said during his turn. Light scanned Ethan's body from head to toe. His posture, symmetry, skin tone, everything was documented. Then came a strange request. "We need you to stay after," Victor said casually. "Private evaluation." Ethan hesitated, but excitement overpowered caution. He texted his mother one last time. "Running late. Everything's good." That message would be the last anyone ever received from him. When Ethan didn't return calls the next day, his family assumed he was busy. Modeling events ran long. Opportunities didn't wait. By day 3, panic set in. His phone went straight to voicemail. His hotel room was empty. His luggage untouched. The Chicago police filed a missing persons report. New York authorities followed. The modeling showcase organizers claimed Ethan had left early after being rejected. But something didn't add up. No airport records. No train tickets. No credit card usage. It was as if Ethan had vanished into thin air. His mother plastered his face across social media. His father drove state to state, handing out flyers. Detectives chased tips that went nowhere. Months turned into a year. Then 2. Then 3. Hope slowly transformed into grief, the quiet kind that lives in unanswered questions. 3 years after Ethan disappeared, a visual merchandiser named Lena Morales was preparing a window display for a luxury fashion brand in downtown Manhattan. The mannequins were new, hyper-realistic, custom-ordered, expensive. But one mannequin unsettled her. Its veins were visible beneath translucent skin. Its fingernails weren't plastic. The eyelashes cast shadows the way human lashes do. Lena touched its wrist. It was cold, but not hollow. Her stomach dropped. She reported her concerns to management, who dismissed her at first. But when a store manager inspected it closely, he noticed something else. Scars. Tiny surgical scars hidden beneath clothing seams. Police were called. Within hours, the store was sealed off. Forensic experts arrived. What they discovered would make national headlines. The mannequin was human. A male body, preserved through an advanced chemical process that replaced blood with a polymer solution, halting decay while maintaining skin texture and muscle shape. It wasn't taxidermy. It was something far more deliberate. Fingerprints were still intact. DNA testing confirmed the unimaginable truth. The mannequin was Ethan Cole. His body had been stripped of identity, frozen in a pose meant to sell clothes, reduced to an object of commerce. His parents collapsed when informed. Detectives described it as one of the most disturbing crimes they'd ever encountered. But the biggest question remained. Who did this, and how did they get away with it for 3 years? Attention turned to the store's owner, Leonard Krauss, a wealthy art collector with a fascination for realism in fashion. When arrested, Krauss didn't deny ownership. He denied knowledge. "I purchased the mannequins from a private supplier," he said. "I didn't ask questions." But investigators dug deeper. Emails revealed coded language. Payments were routed through shell companies. Photos showed Krauss visiting the same Brooklyn warehouse where the modeling showcase took place. Confronted with evidence, Krauss finally spoke. He claimed the bodies were sourced, not stolen, sold. The investigation uncovered a horrifying underground operation. The modeling showcase wasn't about careers. It was a recruitment pipeline. Selected individuals were drugged, killed, and sold to private collectors, fashion houses, and art dealers who wanted perfectly preserved human forms. Victor Hale, the organizer, had medical connections, chemical expertise, and buyers waiting. Victims were chosen for symmetry, skin quality, and body proportions. They were never meant to leave. Victor was arrested while attempting to flee the country. During interrogation, he showed no remorse. "They were beautiful," he said. "Why let beauty decay?" Victor Hale received multiple life sentences. Leonard Krauss was convicted for human trafficking and abuse of a corpse. The operation was dismantled. But for Ethan's family, justice felt hollow. They buried their son 3 years too late, after strangers had stared at his body through glass, unaware they were looking at a victim. Ethan had wanted to be seen. He never imagined this would be the cost. Cases like this remind us how easily dreams can be exploited, and how evil can hide behind glamour, opportunity, and promises of success. If Ethan's story affected you, Please like this video to help it reach more people. Share it so others stay alert to the dangers hidden in plain sight. And most importantly, subscribe to this channel for more true crime stories that demand attention, justice, and remembrance. Every victim deserves to be remembered for who they were, not how they were used. Thank you for watching.